Peace, family. I am back. I love y'all. I have missed y'all. We're not going to get into what I've been doing and where I have been. Just know I'm here. I love y'all, and I'm back, okay? So my first video, I don't know where it came from, just a thought, but this is what we're going to get into. If I tell you about finding a percent of a number, automatically it sounds boring. People don't like percents because you got to turn it to a decimal. People don't like operating with decimals. I get all that. So I'm not going to tell you this is a video on how to learn how to find a percent of a number. No, I'm not going to tell you that. What we are going to do is we're going to talk about how in the real world you would actually need to know how to calculate a percent of a number or a situation in which people do, okay? So let's just make this a situational thing, and if it's a mathematical concept or principle in the lesson, then we'll deal with that. But let's not worry about our math anxiety just yet, okay? Okay, so here we go, guys. Collection companies, collection agencies. First of all, did you know that you can start your own collection agency? Here's what happened. Let's say you get a credit card from a department store, right? And you swipe, you run the credit card up, and you do not pay the bill for whatever reason. They start calling, they'll text, they'll email, they'll send you letters. Hey, this is what you owe, please make a payment. And then let's say you just ignore them for months and months and months and months on end. They get the picture, they get the clue. Hello, Jamila Hammond. No, she's not here. They know that's your voice. They know all the tricks. They know everything because we all have done it. Not we all. Some of us have had to live through this. Some of us have not. Good for you. So anyway, so after a while they say, you know what? I give up. I'm done. We're just going to write this off. They write it off. They don't take the loss. Somebody say, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. I'll take the debt. And you're sitting here like, what do you mean you will take the debt? So this is what collection agencies do, guys. They'll say, hey, you got Jamila Hammond. She owes you some money on the credit card. She's not paying you. We'll buy the debt from you. Cool. It's already written off. Take the debt. So, guys, do you know that these collection agencies only pay 4 cents on the dollar for your debt? Say that again. Collection companies, collection agencies, they pay 4 cents for every $1 that you owe. So regardless of how much you owe, guys, they're only paying 4 cents for every $1. So when they call you and say, hey, this is such and such and such agency, and we represent whoever the original creditor is, and you owe them this much money, we are in position to collect the money. And some people who feel threatened, like, oh, it's on my credit, oh, I got to pay it. And then you end up paying the collection company the original amount that you owe the original creditor. Do you know how lovely that is for a collection agency to get all of the money back? And they only pay 4 cents for every dollar. So what does that look like numerically? Okay, so I have some amounts here, guys, that we're going to work with to figure out what does this look like as far as an actual debt is concerned. Okay, so let's say you had a store credit card, right? And that your bill was $500. You did not pay your bill, that was $500. No big deal. Collection agency say, hey, we'll take that. So this is one or two things. I'm going to leave this right here in the middle, and I'm going to work around it. And if I have to, I will erase it or move it up a little bit. Because, again, I don't know what I'm looking like. I got the phone turned this way. Okay? So $500, right? So here's one way to do it. And we're not going to do it this way because we want to get to the answer as quickly and as directly as possible. That's the goal in math, to get to the answer as quickly and as directly as possible. So that means that whatever strategy works for you is the one that you need to use. I'm going to show you one, but I don't think this is the quickest or the most direct way to get to our answer, okay? 4 cents for every dollar, $500. So if you owe them $1, that means the collection agency only paid 4 cents. If you owe $2, the collection agency only paid 8 cents. If you owe $3, then they only paid 12 cents. You see, we're not going to go all the way from 1 all the way to 500 by adding 4 cents. No, we're not going to do that. And the reason we even have multiplication, because if you have to add the same number repeatedly, you can just multiply. It's going to get you to your answer as directly and as quickly as possible, okay? So $500, right? So here we go. Since we already established that we are not going to take this indirect route, although we could. Now, I'm not saying you can't. If you want to put $1 4 cents, $2 8 cents, $3 12 cents, $4 16 cents, and you start jamming like, hey, I got this, and by this time tomorrow, you might have your answer, but we don't have that much time or luxury, okay? So let's go ahead and do it this way. 4 cents for every $1, okay? So then, I'm going to change the color. Let's do the green one. So we have this 500, right? So let's take our $500. And 4 cents for every $1. You want to know how many 4 cents Okay, I know that doesn't sound right, and I should be shamed as an educator. Let's find. Okay, let's find how much they pay. I'm not going to say 4 cents, guys, but I'm going to put this $1, $500 underneath this $1, and I'm going to leave this side over here blank to figure it out. Okay, so if $1, they only paid 4 cents for the debt. If you have $500, how much did they pay for the debt? Well, we're just going to multiply that 4 cent by that 500. Is that easier than census? Okay, I think so. So 4 cents times $500. We want to know what is 4 cents times $500. How many of these I can't help it, y'all. How many of these 4 census are they going to get? How much money did these 4 cents for every dollar cost them to acquire my debt? Okay, so 4 cents times $500. Okay, so I can write it this way. I'm going to have to do it some kind of calculation anyway. I'm going to take that 500 multiply by 4 cents. Now I have this 4 and this cent sign, guys. We're not going to be able to put a 4 and a cent sign. 4 cents is the same thing as no dollars and 4 cents. Okay, so 0, 4 with a decimal in front is 4 cents. 4 with a cent behind, but this is multiplication, guys, so we're not going to be able to have that cent thing there, okay? So I hope this is not confusing. I trust this is not confusing. 4 cent, same thing, okay? Now, we're going to just go ahead and multiply this. Now, I know many of you were taught 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 5 is 20. Write your 0 to hold a place, right? 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 5 is 0. Now let's add this up. Now guys, 0 times anything is 0. So really, there was no need for this row right here. This row right here actually was obsolete. Obsolete. Is that how you spell obsolete? This row right here was not necessary. Is that 1 C or 2 S's, 2 C's, 1? This was not needed. Okay. Why was this row not needed? Because 0 times anything is 0. So we can do this only because we got into the habit of doing it. Guys, it's not necessary. Okay? So now we have this 0, 0, 0, 2. So we know eventually, guys, all we're going to get to is the same thing we had before this unnecessary row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you know good and well the collection company did not pay $2,000 for your debt that only was $500. That is not why people get into business, to spend money. These 2 numbers behind the decimal means I have to have 2 numbers behind the decimal in my answer. Bam, $20. So you had a credit card, guys, that was $500. You didn't pay it. The credit card company wrote it off. The debt collection agency took it. I'll take that. And they paid $20. So if you pay them $500, guys, they have made $480 off of you, off of your debt. Isn't that amazing? That is amazing. So that's why people open collection agencies. That's why people start collection companies, because, yeah, guys, it is profitable and lucrative if the people buy into it. So now what could you do? Look. It's a collection agency. I already know you didn't pay full price for my debt. Now I'm willing to settle for 90% of the debt, 50% of the debt, 10% of the debt. So you now have options. They don't have to agree. They don't have to say yes, but something is better than nothing. So you can always give it a try just to see if they will be willing to settle at your terms and not theirs, okay? So that's 11. Look. We are now willing to settle your debt for 50%. Like, yes, 50%, half off. So now my $500, I only have to pay $250. And it is exciting because if you owe $500 and the credit collection agency says, you know what, just settle for 50%. That's $250. Remember, they only paid $20 for your debt. So they're still making $230. So it's a win-win, right? Okay. So let's suppose that the debt was a little bit different. Okay, so it's the same concept, guys. 4 cents for every dollar, which means we are going to multiply 4 cents times whatever the dollar amount is that you owe. Okay, so I'm going to put this 500 up here. Going to get rid of this part down here. Concept is the same. The numbers are just going to be different. Oh, this board looks terrible. And my water is behind the bar. Okay, so let's say, bam. $1,200. Let's say you have another department store. No, let's say you have a major credit card, right? And now this is not the same for everybody, because sometimes depending upon your amount and who the original creditor is, they can garnish your wages. They can, if you sell property, they can put a lien on your property so that they'll get paid if you sell it. So I'm not saying to wait till you owe somebody some money and then wait for the collection company and then I'm not saying that. I'm just showing you an option, a possibility if your debt has already gone into collection, okay? So let's say you owe $1,200, right? They've been calling, hello, Mass Pick, she's not here. Can I take a message? No, this is her mama. You had the wrong number. Don't answer the phone. You hang up. You pay it, click, whatever you have done. And so now I'm going to change this $500 to $1,200, okay? Matter of fact, I'm just going to move this over here. So I want to know, they only paid 4 cents, remember, for every $1 of my debt. So if my debt was $1,200 and they paid 4 cents for every one of those dollars, how much would a collection agency pay for a debt that was $1,200? Hey, well, let's see. We're going to multiply 4 cents times 1,200, guys. Same exact thing. So I'm going to take my 1,200. I'm going to multiply that by 4 cents, remember? So I know you don't like decimals. You don't have to. We just multiply by decimals, okay? We're still good. Now, 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times, I see what this is happening right now. Here are my only numbers that are going to give me a product that's not going to be a 0, right? 12 and 4. 12 times 4 is 48. As not to get confused, I'll put these 2 zeros behind. I'm not doing that row, y'all. I'm not going to put a row of 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 down. For what? Because I don't care when I add it, guess what it's going to be? Whatever the original one was, so it's no need for all those zeros, right? But we know good and well they did not pay $4,800. Remember, I got these 2 numbers behind my decimal in my original problem. Had to have 2 numbers behind my decimal in my, guys, oh my. $48. So your $1,200 debt, the collection company pays $48 for it. So if you say, oh, I'm sorry, I know I owe, I'm going to pay you right away. You pay them $1,200, guys. They have made $1,152 off of your debt. It's a lucrative business. Yeah, you can open your own. It's easy. The steps are, that's for you to figure out if that's what you want to do. Right now, we're just talking about how much this looks like for only paying 4 cents for every dollar by taking someone's debt, okay? So, guys, $48. So when they say, look, we'll settle if you could just pay 25% of your bill. You're like, okay, 25%. So not doing a percent lesson, guys, but 25% is the same thing as a quarter. Like 25 cents is, I know, just work with me. 25 cents 4 times give you $1. 25% is 1/4. So 1/4 means take this 1,200, divide it into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 300, 600, 900, 1,200. Okay, cool. So 1/4 of 1,200 is one of these 4 equal parts, $300. You're like, oh, I got over on them, girl. I owed them $1,200. I only paid electric company $300. Bam. And you did. You got over. Good job. However, they only paid $48 for your debt. So even if you only paid 25% of what you originally owed, $300, they only paid $48, so they still made $252 off of your debt. This is exciting, guys, because once you realize how little they have to pay for your debt, you are now in a position that you're a little bit more empowered. So then you look, I'm not paying 25%. I will pay you 10% of my original debt. 10%. So that was $1,200. 10% of $1,200 is $120. I'm gonna give you $120. If you agree to that, write me a letter, put the terms down there. I'll pay you 10%, and let's go ahead. And they might say no, but if they say yes, guess what? You've paid $120. Remember, they only paid $48 for your debt. Remember, so that's what 80 minus 8, $72, guys. They still making a profit, $72. Almost double whatever it was that they put in, almost. So it's still worth it, right? Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And let's see what would happen if the same collection agency bought someone else's debt and the debt was not as even as $500 or $1,200, $848. I don't know why, it's just a random number, okay? So then, 4 cents for every $1, how much would they pay if the debt was $848? Again, you can do it this way if you want to, but the goal in math, guys, is always to get to your answer as directly as possible, as quickly as possible, and as accurately as possible. Here we go, guys. 4 cents times $848, right? So I'm going to take the $848, multiply that by 4 cents. Remember, 4 cents. Let's go ahead and do it. 8 times 4 is 32. 4 times 4 plus 3 is 19. 8 times 4 plus 1 is 33. So 1, 2, 1, 2, remember? So guys, the collection agency paid $33.92 for a debt that you owe of $848. Okay? So if you agree to pay them, guys, they still made over $800 just by assuming your debt and doing the best that they can. So now they're going to start calling. They're going to start texting. They're going to start emailing because they want to get as much as possible of your original debt as they can get. But most of them know they're not going to get the whole amount. They know that. They factor that in. But what percentage are they going to get? That just depends how long it's been going on, how old the debt is, the amount of the debt, the original creditor. But there are all kind of different factors, guys. So now that we've figured out how much debt collection companies make, or how much they pay to assume your debt, and then how much they make if you pay the debt, now we're not looking at multiplying decimals, guys. It's a whole different thing. We're looking at real life situation, but it encompasses this. So this is why you need to know how to multiply decimals. This is a real life example of when am I going to ever use that? I'm not never going to use that. I used to love when my students said that, so I had to give them a practical application as to when they would. So in case you were wondering when you need to ever use multiplication of decimals, guys, bam, this is the situation. You got to check out my podcast. You got to go to my YouTube page. I'm going to repeat this. Got a little bit more in depth. So something for the adults, something for the children, something for us all. I love y'all guys and so glad to be back. Peace, and I'll see you all real soon.